Well, no upgrades were installed by us at the end of last episode, so there's no point in even asking the question. As for Mercedes, though, what the fuck? Good day, everybody, Karl here. Welcome back once again to my F1 2019 career mode. The penultimate episode of my F1 2019 adventure. Imagine that. It's actually quite sad. I'm getting quite emotional with it. I can't even. Doesn't matter, F1 2020 is coming out soon, and this game is already pretty dead. So coming through the penultimate corner here in the USA, tyre heating is a big problem. However, we persevere because we're going to absolutely bang it out of the park with P9. Oh.
It's going so great, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe for more.
But you know what we say, ladies and gentlemen? We never give up. And we are going to smash this last lap in anger out of the park. So coming up towards turn 1, looking for the blackboard on the right-hand side. Turning in, trail braking down to second gear. We take it much better, get a much better slingshot. No sliding about on the exit. None of that humdonkery. Humdonkery, that is a new one, Karl. Where did you think of that? But a very flowing first sector here in the US of America. And we're fastest in the first sector. This is not a drill. We could be in contention for a very good spot on the grid here. Coming down towards the last corner again. Black ball on the right-hand side. Try and take lots of curb. We haven't done that. But we come across the line. Where are we going to be?
It's a bit disappointing, but we just need to push hard in the race and we can still come away with something.
So, this has gone well. Mercedes line up the front row with Red Bull lining out the second row. Meanwhile, us two McLarens splitting apart the Ferraris. Once again, out-qualified by Lando Norris. Only by a 10th this time, granted. However, it is still not good enough from us, considering our absolute shambles of a last episode I don't even want to talk about, because what a shitstorm that was. But in the race, we generally do better than we do in qualifying. So with that being said, let's dive straight in, like a corn drill, into the race.
Okay, you can brake late into 1 because of the incline. It's a slow corner though, so make sure you stay out of trouble. Good luck.
Lights out and away we go for Hamburger. Yeah, that's it. I've genuinely got nothing. We've got, quite frankly, a fucking awful start. Leclerc's already bamboozled us off the line. We've bamboozled ourselves into turn 1, locking up like an antelope. However, we do repass Leclerc and some people getting bad exits, one of which Max Verstappen. We're going to just go clean past him into this sweeping section. And don't think it gets any better than that. Because on to lap number 3 right now. There they are. It's not gone very well. It's going to get even worse. Leclerc's going to overtake us. Norris is trying to overtake Vettel. He has overtaken Vettel. It's excellent. However, I do feel like we're going to get gobbled up very soon like a hungry hippopotamus. And as you can see, onto the big old DRS straight. Leclerc is going to absolutely sublimely use my slipstream. Oh my giddy aunt, to the outside he goes. But we're not going to have any of it. Shove him out. And we do maintain P6 for now. On to lap 4 and hello Sebastian. It feels like we are staying with him and actually catching up a tiny bit, but while all of that's happening, Leclerc is also catching up to us, and that's not gone very well. He's almost swam up the inside like a submarine there. However, we get extremely good acceleration, whip the ERS up into hot lap and overtake, and he is nowhere near close enough to try and mount a challenge. However, onto the end of lap 4, onto lap 5, I pull the trigger. We're going to box this lap and get the undercut of absolute dreams onto the medium tyres. And I have a little magic trick, ladies and gentlemen. So, watch it right about now. That is what I call Magic Disc 3. Thank you very much, McLaren boys, for not only transporting me forward in time by a lap, but putting me on a fresh set of boots and not disrupting my driving. I do like that very much. Tyre heating was a problem on the softs. It won't be a problem on the medium tyres, and we are going to catch up to the field. The gap to Kubica is that. And we're going to be charging down his rear end like a sausage. Right, okay, that sounded much better in my head. We've done an absolute job on this lap. We've set 2 personal best sectors on these medium tyres. A bunch of cars in the pit lane, one of which is the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc, I can confirm. We set a brilliant personal best lap. We are miles ahead of Leclerc. So that is fantastic work. And now we push on because we want more. Oliver Twist wanted more. He got slapped in the face. We want more, and we are going to assert our dominance over the opposition today. Another personal best lap. We are absolutely flying here. We are ahead of Vettel and Norris. We've jumped the pair of them, and now Pierre Gasly's 4th place is going to be up for the taking potentially very, very soon, and that could get quite tasty. Because based on how easily we overtook Max Verstappen at the beginning of the race, and because of how high our engine is compared to Red Bull's, this should be no contest whatsoever. We are within 6/10 of Gasly, so that means DRS is going to be very much applicable. That is what I call esports line. Don't even question me. But with our incredible racing lines, we should be within DRS range of the Red Bull driver. And at the bottom right, yes, we are. This could get quite tasty. Fuel up to Rich, ERS up to Hot Lap to make Greenpeace very unhappy. And we are going to use that slipstream to good effect. It's not going to be enough, though. We're going to hang back for this lap, as you can see. He does defend a little bit, but not enough to threaten his 4th place. Same straight, next lap, and we are well and truly in the fight for P3. This is for a podium position, and as you can see, using the slipstream once again with DRS, we're going to pull to the outside. Brake nice and late. He still brakes very late. We pin him to the inside, though. Give him less of an opportunity to accelerate out, and we get that podium position. And now we can take it nice and easy. Yep, despite Gasly's efforts to haunt my rear end and the fact my dog was being an absolute nut, nothing happened for the rest of the race despite mad barkings left, right and centre. Lewis Hamilton is going to win the US Grand Prix. There is confirmation, meaning he's won the championship as well, I'm pretty sure. But for us, what a comeback from last episode. Norris is P4, but we get P3. Yes!
Yes, that's a podium. Excellent drive. The team have worked especially hard this weekend, and this is a fantastic reward.
Get in there, Lewis. Miracles do happen, mate.
Queen Elizabeth II is happy. Well done, Lewis Hamilton. Congratulations. You were miles faster than everyone the whole season. Apart from me. Which is why I'm very unhappy, because it should have been me! Anyway, there it is. A podium for us. And Norris got Gasly on, I think it was the last lap. So excellent stuff for the McLaren team. A very nice bit of redemption from us. Mercedes already won the Constructors. Crofty said it twice last episode, and he said it again at the end of this race for no reason, so thanks, David. But what a drive, and what a race.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. You really cut your way through the field today. What was your strategy?
Well, to cut through the whole field like a butter knife, basically. I haven't got much more for you than that, mate.
You must be thrilled to be up on the podium.
Genuinely, yes. Last episode was an absolute... It was a car crash. But today, much better result. Just what we needed.
Your team must be ecstatic with how you're performing.
And I should bloody hope so too. I just got a podium. I'd be very angry if they weren't.
That was a close finish. How are things between the two of you?
Gives me conniptions.
Great. Well, that's everything.
Brilliant stuff from Claire, thank you very much. In the rivalry, once again, we are drawing with Lando. The rest of the details are boring as shit, so let's go and get a chassis upgrade for the next race in Brazil. Hopefully right about now. There it is. Perfect stuff. And a quick look at the standings once again before we move on. Lewis Hamilton, he's won the championship. Clap, clap, clap. Well done, I guess. Oh, f*** off. To be honest, there's not a whole lot to say. We got that brilliant podium, and that is something we can take forwards into the next race in Brazil. Oh, yes. Lovely weather. And in the development race, while we do upgrade, Mercedes have just become completely ballistic. What is even going on anymore? Like I said, why do we bother? What are we supposed to do anymore? Hello, welcome to Brazil. With you, a massive ranting season here. While you might think this is a normal qualifying session, I will tell you right now as we butcher Sector 1. So that's great stuff there from me. Let me just tell you now, Brazil qualifying is booky as shit, right? The AI are ridiculous. Okay, you'll understand what I mean very soon. In Sector 1, not that far off. Only a couple attempts off. but I come to the end of the lap. My ERS is completely depleted, yes. However, I'm somehow P15. What is that? And look at the table as well. Oh, look, suddenly I'm miles off the AI. My teammate's third. I'm going to cry. I'm going to drink paracetamol. To help with the sore throat that I'm going to get from ranting about this track. The traction on this track is ridiculous, as we actually take Sector 1 reasonably okay, despite cutting a corner, which we won't fucking talk about. That corner there, that exit there, traction is absolutely booky as hell. And then this corner as well, braking feels weird. Braking feels weird around the whole track, actually, because you're turning while braking, but it doesn't feel like any other track. Or maybe that's just some placebo effect I've got in my head. But either way, we are quite a bit up on our previous time, which is excellent work. Hopefully we're going to be higher. 17th? Nah, that's not happening. I'm not leaving this qualifying session with 17th. So as we come across the line, this had better be a good improvement. Let's see what it's going to be.
Well, that's further back than we'd like, but don't worry about it. Just means more fun for us tomorrow.
Ah! So, we are I can't even speak English. I don't even care. I'm carrying on with this take. We're P13. We are like 8 tenths off Norris. Mercedes are in a league of their own. I don't really care about them. But it's the fact that I was 3 tenths off the majority of the AI in practice when I did my qualifying run. They were on soft tyres. And as soon as we get into qualifying, somehow they've magically pulled a second out of their arse tube. And now they're flipping, what, miles ahead of me. No, I'm not having that. I've been out qualified by bloody Toro Rosso of Albon and Devon Butler's in 6th. I can't be arsed. We're going to do better in the race. I've had to turn the difficulty down because I think that was partially a bit of the problem. I could have been wrong. And we're about to find out very soon. So, I did an Arava. I'm sorry, ladies and gents. Get mad if you want to. That's the end of my qualifying. Subscribe for more like this. Bye.
The team are expecting a lot after your podium last race. Concentrate on getting into the points and push on from there.
Lights out and away we go, and absolutely no pressure from Jeff at all. Difficulty is down to 105, but despite that, the AI get an electric start nonetheless. A couple of people with grid penalties, actually, so we got promoted to P11. We're just going to go round the outside of Albon immediately here. Fantastic stuff, and we've got a bunch of cars fighting up ahead already. 2 Renaults and a Red Bull in the midst of a massive scrap, and Ricciardo's going around the outside of Hulkenberg. Can we get in the mix of any of this? We're going to hold it to the outside. We're on the rear axle of Hulkenberg. He's not going to see us. He's going to squeeze us, in fact. Naughty, naughty sausage you are. But we do maintain that overtake, and it is P9 so far. And we just need to chase like a hungry mouse looking after his block of brie. We are going to hound that rear end of Ricciardo like mad. Coming up to this next corner, as you can see, as we break through, we are practically pushing him through the corner. We are miles faster already. Maybe 105 was a bit optimistic. However, we'll dwell on that later, shall we? We get our braking all kind of messed up into that last corner. We do slide a little bit. However, the exit isn't too bad, but I don't think it's going to be enough to overtake Ricciardo. I wasn't driving particularly badly in qualifying either, I thought. Just, I don't even know what happened. Hopefully the race is a lot better. So far, it is going good. We are up to P9 so far, chasing Danny Rick. Can we do anything as we... okay,
We don't need to talk about that, ladies and gents.
down this slightly smaller back straight. Can we do anything to threaten Ricciardo's P8? I don't think that's going to happen. It is P9 for now. But oh boy, is it about to get dire for Danny Rick. We're going to go to the outside. He's going to be minced like a mincemeat. Like a mincemeat, okay? He's just one mincemeat, as you do. Alright, around the outside we go. We really have minced him. We are the full fillet steak, while he's just a wormy little mincemeat. And we get P8 very comfortably. In fact, P7 could be on the cards, because Butler is absolutely blocking up the field ahead of us. And Leclerc is looking very vulnerable here. We are saving ERS very well. And to the inside, we're going to go into turn 1 here. Leclerc brakes slightly later. We have to be wary not to hit Gasly. But we get P7 comfortably. And can we get any of the other cars up ahead? We've got DRS still, but I don't think it is going to be enough. However, they are fighting up ahead, so you never know what could happen. Butler has locked up. It's all kicking off here. I feel like I'm doing Arab commentary. I have to speak so fast to keep up with everything here. And the interesting freeze frame there. What's going on? Despite the interesting freeze frames, let's just throw them out the window quickly. Butler and Gasly are still fighting away onto lap number 5 here, and 105 difficulty playing into our hands very nicely indeed. We have DRS, we get Pierre Gasly, Butler defends to the inside, we have to go on the grass a bit, we go down the inside, we hold up the hand of doom as he tries to hit us off. Naughty, naughty, posh twat. And we do get P5 from him, which is excellent stuff. And as karma for hitting my car, I can reveal Butler then had a problem and Gasly overtook him promptly. However, there is a bit of a gap to Norris and co up ahead, and we are quite a bit faster than Gasly behind. So let's use the power of the Infinity Gauntlet and skip ahead right about now.
Insert overused France 2019 joke right here.
But Mr. Teammate and Mr. Dutchman himself are fighting away for that podium position available, P3. But we are going to come into the pits on the end of this lap, on lap number 10, to fit the medium tyres. Did I burp at the end of my last commentary segment? Yes. But Verstappen, more importantly, is quite a bit up the road now, which isn't ideal. However, we do see a bunch of cars come into the pits, and we are unleashed like a lion to hopefully overtake Max Verstappen very soon. Meanwhile, our teammate is coming out of the pits. He's on the hard tyres. Interesting choice there, McLaren. Okay. He only comes out just ahead of us, though. So the undercut working very, very well there. We maintain our P5, and onto the end of lap number 12. We're going to have the exit of dreams here. The slingshot of slingshots as we get DRS, and we're going to be passed in miles before the first corner. Look at this. Absolute VTEC, ladies and gents. That is P4. Next target, Max Verstappen. Right about now, actually, it really didn't take long at all. We're going to have DRS and a heckin' chunk of ERS as well. We're going to absolutely blitz past him, but probably not, as I needed to save some fuel. So I tactically saved my fuel and waited until the back straight of the same lap to fling open the ERS, DRS and fuel to the maximum and get him round the outside into turn 1, or maybe not. He's going for the move back up the inside. Let's not do a knock onto him. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. We do get that podium position once again. P3 is ours for the taking, or maybe not, as he's actually got a brilliant run on us here into the next corner round the outside, but we are just going to squeeze him out ruthlessly. Brilliant stuff, and we are going to hold that for a very long time. Because as our throat begins to die, partially because of the Brazilian heat, or partially because of the diseases I'm getting from being this high up the grid for the first time in literally forever. Don't even put a Frozen reference in, I literally can't be arsed. The Mercedes were swapping positions all the way through the race, but it is just going to be Valtteri Bottas that wins the Brazilian Grand Prix.
He could have done that and should have done that last race.
But for us, it is P3 again!
Well done, good finish. You stepped up and achieved what we asked. Good job.
I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today.
Mercedes absolutely wiping the floor with everyone, as has been the story for most of this season. Only a 10th separating them at the end. My goodness, it is Bottas that reigns supreme. However, for McLaren, a good race as well at the top of Formula 1.5. Myself in P3, gaining 8 positions throughout the race. Norris in P5, even though he was on the harder tyres. An interesting move from him there. We make sure that Red Bull doesn't gain any points on us. We definitely make sure Ferrari doesn't. Leclerc finishes 8th, and Vettel absolutely nowhere to be seen. So crazy things happening here in Brazil. Maybe 105 was a bit of an optimistic difficulty, but it gave us some good racing in the end.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. Did you struggle to get through all that traffic today?
No.
Another podium. You must be getting used to it up there.
Indeed I am. It is very nice. However, humbly I will say, you should never get complacent, and hopefully we can replicate that in the very last race.
It's safe to say you're smashing everyone's expectations, isn't it?
Absolutely I am. They all doubted me, but they can't deal with this swag.
That was a good race for Lucas.
On to more important matters. The rivalry is looking very good for us. We are winning once again. Teams be loving us again. And a cheeky upgrade. Bang! One final look at the standings before we end off the penultimate episode of F1 2019 Career Mode. Sitting pretty in 3rd place. It's confirmed we've got 3rd place. There's no way we're going to get 2nd unless Bottas retires and we have a mega race out in Abu Dhabi.
Which isn't going to happen.
However, I am happy to announce that we have secured 2nd in the Constructors' standings. It's been an absolute fantastic job from the entire team. third place for us. Lando Norris sitting pretty in P7, to be honest. Didn't start very well, but he really did get it together as the season went on, which is excellent. And speaking of excellent, the last episode is going to be a 50% race. Yes, a 50% race. You heard me right. To end off my F1 2019 crusade. Whether it's good or not, we are going to have fun doing it regardless. And I hope you can all join me then for the final race of this career mode. I don't know how many times I've said that, but do please join me in Abu Dhabi. Until then, thank you all very much for watching this penultimate episode of F1 2019 Career Mode. If you did enjoy, slap like, smash subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because that way you do not miss a single one of my uploads, and I would be very grateful if you could do all of that. There's also many a social media of mine that you should absolutely go and follow. Links are all in the description. Do go and check them out. If you follow them all and comment in this video and subscribe, make sure you subscribe, because you have the chance then of winning a free Subaru Impreza. Until the next video, whatever that video may be, once again, thank you all ever so much for watching. Stay safe, and I will see you very soon.